Okay, so today we're diving into something pretty heavy, huh?
Yeah, no kidding. It's the Justin Baldoni situation.
Right, right, Justin Baldoni. So
Mhm.
for those maybe not totally up to speed,
Mhm.
Baldoni, actor, director, kind of built this whole image around.
Yeah, positive masculinity, redefining what it means to be a man.
Exactly. And this is a guy who's been pretty prominent, right? I mean, Jane the Virgin, 5 Feet Apart, he even wrote that book.
Man enough, right?
Yeah, Man Enough,
Yeah.
Undefining My Masculinity. The book, the talks, the whole thing.
This whole brand.
Exactly. So then these allegations drop, and it's like, whoa, hold on.
Yeah, there's this real dissonance, between the image
And the accusations, yeah.
and it's not just like minor stuff. These are some serious accusations.
Right. So we've got articles, legal documents, even this old video that's resurfaced.
Right.
And it's all kind of pointing to, well, I don't even know.
Yeah.
That's what we're trying to figure
Then
out.
you unpack it a bit. It's messy.
It is messy. So let's start with It Ends With Us, the movie. That's where this all seems to stem from.
Right, the film adaptation. And that's where Blake Lively enters the picture.
Right. Blake Lively was going to star in it, and she's the one who's making these allegations.
Yeah, and they're pretty heavy. Unwanted physical advances, pressure to do scenes she wasn't comfortable with.
Explicit content, she's saying?
Right, and like invasive personal questions, stuff that just seemed way out of line.
Yeah, and then she says when she tried to report these things.
Oh, there's this whole alleged smear campaign to discredit her.
Right, which, if true, I mean, that just adds another level of...
Power dynamics, abuse of power, silencing.
It's a lot. So you've got someone who's built this whole platform around...
Equality, being this good guy, the man enough guy.
Right, and then you have these actions that seem to totally contradict that.
And you can't ignore the reaction either, right? Like WME, his agency, they dropped him.
Yeah, like that was quick.
Yeah.
And then Blake Lively's co-stars, the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants ladies...
Oh, they came out with that strong statement of support.
Yeah, which is interesting in itself. I mean, that group, they've always seemed really close.
Right. And for them to come out so publicly, it lends weight to Lively's claims, Like they believe her.
Definitely. So let's rewind a little, right? Before all this blew up, Baldoni, his whole career, he was pushing this...
Redefining masculinity thing, challenging gender roles.
Right, the communication, the vulnerability, the whole shebang.
And you look at his work, Jane the Virgin, 5 Feet Apart, it all kind of fits that narrative.
So is this a case of a carefully crafted image just crumbling? Or is there more to it?
Right. Like, are we missing something?
Yeah.
And then there's this video that popped up.
Oh, yeah. The wedding video.
From like 2013.
Yeah.
His wedding.
Yeah.
And he's apologizing to his wife.
For past behavior, right? Like insecurities, ego-driven stuff. What'd you make of that?
I mean, it's strange timing, right? This video surfaces right as these allegations come out.
Yeah, and in the video, he's talking about not being the best version of himself.
Seeking validation, not being present. It's like, well, does this connect to the allegations somehow?
We don't know for sure, but it definitely adds to the whole, like...
mystery, complexity. I don't know what to call it.
Right, right. And we have to say, Baldoni's legal team, they're denying everything. Saying it's all false, damaging, the whole bit. So this is obviously just the beginning.
Yeah, the legal stuff, that could drag on for a while. But I think regardless of how that plays out...
This raises some bigger questions, right?
Totally. Like for women in Hollywood, speaking out, the power dynamics.
It takes guts to come forward with these kinds of accusations, knowing what you might face.
The scrutiny, the backlash, it's intense.
And it makes you think, how do we square someone's public image with their private actions?
Especially when those actions seem to completely contradict the values they preach.
Yeah, and this goes beyond Hollywood too, right? It's like, we all probably know someone who...
presents themselves one way and acts another.
Exactly. It's a reminder to be critical, to think for ourselves.
Don't just take things at face value. Especially in this age of curated online personas.
Right, where everything's so polished and perfect.
So, okay, what have we learned? We've got serious allegations, conflicting stories.
A glimpse into Baldoni's past and a legal battle brewing. It's a mess.
It is, but I think the big question is, how do we assess the alignment between words and actions?
Especially for people in positions of power, influence.
It's something we have to think about, not just in Hollywood, but in our own lives, too.
Yeah, that's something to chew on.
For sure, food for thought.
Absolutely.
Today is your lucky day. Today is the day that our $3 website works for you, paying you directly to your PayPal daily. Imagine $3 ongoing continuous payments to your PayPal account. Imagine falling asleep and waking up to $300 in your PayPal account. How would this make you feel? How could this help you? What bills could you pay? What kind of fun could you have? What does that retirement look like now? All for a one-time payment of $3. This website is DFY done for you, fully built and completely hosted, and never stops collecting payments for you. You have spent $3 on coffee on a regular, but that coffee won't help you create multiple streams of income. Click the link below.